Okay. One of the other issues I've heard since the day I moved here in 201 is workforce housing, affordable housing. We used to, I thought it was terrific this year. We used to give away our bonding funding of $1 million or so a year to the Nevada Rural Housing Authority, who would take it and go build housing projects and complexes in Winnemucca, Ely, Elko, Sparks. We have never had a project here. So this year, when we said, well, maybe we just won't give you the money, all of a sudden, they announce, oh, we're going to do a $52 million project over on Hillside Drive as you come out of the high school driveway.
Right.
The Bulldog driveway. So I thought that was awesome. But
here's my question. When I heard that too, I was like, does anybody else know that? Is that what they're doing? I mean, how do we confirm? I mean, I know who got up there and said that.
Yeah.
After years and years and years, because
they're still working to finalize the plans.
Right. And I've wondered for years sitting there too, because that money helps buyers with a down payment, all of that.
Well, this project is more along the lines of apartments and rental units. But, when you talk about workforce housing or affordable housing, you're talking about assistance or making it available to people who earn $10, $12 an hour.
Right.
These are going to be market rate. They're going to be $9 to $12 to $1,500 a month. That's not exactly affordable housing. But so talk a little bit about your thoughts and opinions and ideas on workforce housing, affordable housing. You're in the real estate industry.
Right.
Take it away.
So, affordable housing, man, have we needed it for years. And I know when I ran for city council 2 years ago and I talked about affordable housing, and you said, if I hear somebody talk about affordable housing one more time, I'm going to puke. And that was exactly your whole sentiment. So,
yes.
So
here we are.
Here we are. So, but all these candidates, affordable housing, and you're like, if I hear it one more. So I thought that was great. I've remembered that for 2.5 years, your conversation. Boy, do we need affordable housing like crazy.
Because we always talk about it. We've talked about it every election cycle.
Nobody has done anything.
Since 2007 that I started reporting on politics. And here we are.
Right. So, so we're starting to get a little bit more building, but they're market rate. Affordable housing is something, $175,000 a year that two income families can afford. So here's my thinking on this. Okay, and back to that project on Hillside.
Let me clarify. You said $175,000 a year.
I'm sorry, for a house. $175,000 for a house.
Okay.
For a small house.
Yeah.
3 bedroom, 1,300 square foot, 1 car garage with a little yard, something they can buy. So we'll get into my plan for that in a minute.
Okay.
So that housing up there on Hillside, when I look at the city, and I think, where do I want to put a housing? Is it right up there by all those other existing ball fields that is gorgeous? It's beautiful up there, under the lights playing up there. I certainly would like to see some other ball fields up there. See if the city has some land that they can do some land swap someplace else. If it was going to be 1 story, I could see that, but I think that's...
And it's 50 yards from the interstate.
Right, but I think that's a prime place to put for more ball fields, because I think we need more ball fields as well. So just to bring them up that area would just look amazing. When we talk about people driving into Mesquite, and the existence of the Welcome Center right off, easy on, you know what? I just think of driving by other cities going, holy cow, that looks so fun. That, what are they doing there? And then go home and Google it.
Yeah.
You know, what are they doing there? Because they're just driving by. So I think that would be the first. I would love to see a land swap because the city's got a lot of land.
Yes.
And continue to do some recreation up there for some ball fields because we need more ball fields. But back to affordable housing,
Okay.
the city needs to attract some developers who are.
How do they do that?
Well, we need to get started. I mean, my whole thing is, you're right. Are they coming to us? Hey, city, do you have any land? Well, it's just like economic development with the matrix that they have for businesses. Like Eagles Landing, they have a matrix plan. I would love to see that for a development agreement for builders, for developers to come in here. I'd love to see the matrix and, okay, I'll get to another point in a minute. I'd love to see some developers come and have that plan. Hey, you know what? You're screaming for affordable housing. Let's work together. Let's do a development agreement. One of the caveats to that would be a moratorium that they can't sell the house. The owners can't sell the house for 5 years because we've seen this too many times.
Yeah.
People come into
Flip 'em.
town as investors and they rent them. The other one would be, of course, in the event of, you know, a death, a change of job, things like that.
Yeah.
I'd also like to see where they are $175,000. I also would like to see, again, a matrix plan, just like the one they have for a development agreement. If they come in, if they build this many single-family homes, the city will give them a discount on the land. Or the other thing is, you know, give them the land. When they sell each home, they pay back the city for that land. So now we're not giving it away because we have too many landowners in Mesquite who paid for their property years ago.
Yeah.
And I think that they're saying, well, why would you give away your land when I'm selling mine? There's got to be a way that we can work this out. I mean, there's got to be those conversations had. So I really want to see some affordable housing. But again, it's how do we increase our businesses wanting to come here? We got to do the same with builders as well. I mean, we got some fine builders in town, believe me. I mean, they build a great product.
Yeah.
You know, but they're not affordable and they're making great money building those homes and people are coming here and paying those fees. But what we're not doing is taking care of our own.
Yeah.
Those are our families. Those are families with kids who need this.
Okay.
So that's kind of.
Well, I'm going to bring up a touchy subject in relation to workforce housing, and that is the NIMBY attitude in Mesquite.
Oh,
Not in my backyard.
Absolutely.
And I think it's alive and well. And the prime evidence of that is the affordable housing project that was proposed next to
The school.
Virgin Valley Elementary School.
Exactly, on Old Mill. Mhm.
I see basically the same thing happening with the Hillside Drive project. I just saw it a while back, a couple meetings ago from the city council, when people were changing the zoning, or the people wanted to change the zoning on a Hafen Lane.
Exactly.
And so, you know, what do you say to that attitude? Not in my backyard. You know, I had a guy a couple of weeks ago said, well, you need to shove all that to the south side. I don't want it up here on the north side. And it's like, wow, I live on the south side. I have for 19 years and I like it.
So that's a crazy thing too, because I think people come into town, as a realtor, they come into town and go, you know, but I've heard I want to be on the north side. And I said, well, you know what? My best job as a realtor is taking you around both sides.
Yeah.
Because you just got to see it, because I'm impressed what has been built on the south side.
Me too.
Truly. And
I live in one of them.
I know, and I take them around to Sunset Greens. I take them around to Levitt Estates. I take them, you know, and they're like, oh, okay. Matter of fact, I'm closing on one today, a new build on the south side.
Yeah.
And they looked and looked on the north side, and I said, but you gotta see this house, you know? And so I think it is, you know, the perception of people. Well, that's the old part. Well, you know, if I had them my way, it would be the new upgraded fun history part
Yeah.
of Mesquite. And we need that.
Yeah.
We need that so bad. So, not in my backyard. I've heard that a few times too. And I thought that the city council really held themselves well on the Haven Lane one, you know, when they were changing that. And truly, you know, they didn't want a 7-Eleven going up right across their street from their house. But if we get a business who wants to, or business or a home who wants to come into the city of Mesquite, we got to work together because people are crying for services. They are begging for things to do. That we really got to work together.
Come on, Panda Express.
That's funny. I was kind of craving some fried rice the other day.
Okay.